Beneath the soil of a tropical garden, a knobby root waits in the dark. It is gnarled and pale, shaped like a clenched hand, and when broken it releases a sharp, warming fragrance that has stirred human appetite for thousands of years. This is ginger, one of the oldest cultivated spices on Earth, and the story of how it traveled from the forests of Asia to nearly every kitchen in the world is a story of trade, medicine, and quiet ambition. The plant we know as ginger does not grow from a seed the way wheat or rice does. What we eat is a rhizome, an underground stem that swells and branches as the plant matures, storing energy and the oils that give ginger its bite. Above the ground, the plant sends up slender green stalks that can reach a person's waist, crowned by narrow leaves and, in some varieties, pale yellow flowers. But the prize lies hidden below. Botanists believe ginger originated somewhere in the warm, wet lands of Southeast Asia, perhaps on the islands of the Indian Ocean or in the river valleys of southern China. So long has it been grown by human hands that no truly wild form survives today. It exists only because people chose to plant it, season after season, breaking the rhizomes into pieces and burying them anew. Growing ginger demands patience and a gentle climate. It thrives in heat and steady rain, in soil that is rich and well-drained, shaded from the harshest sun. Farmers plant small sections of rhizome, each bearing a bud or eye, and wait as the underground stem spreads outward over the following months. For 8 to 10 months, the plant gathers strength, its hidden network thickening beneath the surface. When the leaves begin to yellow and wither, the time for harvest has come. Harvesting is careful work, often done by hand. The soil is loosened and the clustered rhizomes lifted free, shaken clean and sorted. Younger ginger, dug early, is tender and mild, with thin pale skin. Mature ginger, left longer in the ground, grows fibrous and fierce, and much of it is dried so it can be stored and carried across great distances. For ancient traders, that ability to travel was everything. Ginger entered the currents of human history early. It moved along the trade routes that linked Asia to the Mediterranean, carried by merchants who guarded the secrets of its origin. The Greeks and Romans prized it, importing it at considerable cost and using it both as a flavoring and as a remedy for the stomach. For centuries, Europeans knew the spice but not the plant, paying handsomely for dried roots whose true source lay beyond their maps. In China and India, ginger was woven even more deeply into daily life. Healers of traditional medicine treated it as a warming agent, a cure for chill, nausea, and aching joints, and cooks made it a foundation of countless dishes. It crossed oceans with the spice trade, and by the time European ships reached the Americas, ginger soon followed, planted in the warm soil of the Caribbean, where it found a new home and a thriving market. Today, ginger is grown across the tropics, but a handful of nations dominate the harvest. India produces more ginger than any other country, followed by China, Nigeria, and Nepal, together accounting for the great share of the world's supply. The global crop now amounts to several million tons each year, traveling as fresh root, dried powder, oil, and candied sweet. It flavors stir-fries and curries, soothes upset stomachs, sweetens cakes and biscuits, and bubbles in drinks from ginger beer to herbal tea. Modern science has begun to confirm what folk wisdom long suspected. The compounds that give ginger its heat, chief among them a molecule called gingerol, appear to ease nausea and calm inflammation, and researchers continue to study its effects on the body. Yet for all this attention, the way ginger is grown has changed remarkably little. A farmer breaking a rhizome to plant it today performs nearly the same act as one who did so 1,000 years ago. From a single hidden root has come a spice that shaped trade routes, eased the sick, and seasoned the tables of the world. Ginger endures, as it always has, just beneath the surface, waiting in the dark to be lifted into the light.